What's going on, guys? Grab you a cup and let's have a chat real quick. So, I'm going to try to keep this video as short, brief, direct, and to the point as I can. But I got to give you a little bit of information to kind of fill in the story and make it all make sense for you and why I'm doing it, okay? So, this stems from some comments that I've seen online recently and some actual conversations that I've had online with other people. And I figure that if there's a couple of people having these thoughts, questions, concerns, then there's probably quite a few more that might be. So I wanted to do whatever I could to try to help alleviate some of that. Now, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of the A-TACS pattern of camouflage. Have been for a long time. Back in late 2011, early 2012, when the very first A-TACS FG ACU style uniforms came out from Proper, I was one of the very first people to actually get any. I tried it, loved it, fell in love with the pattern, got multiple sets, friends got multiple sets, etc. I say all that to say I've got experience with multiple different pieces of the clothing. One of the problems that we found real quick was, unfortunately, they had some really weird fading issues to them. They would, within one wash, have really weird faded splotches, stripes, marks, really random. It wasn't like a overall fading, although that did eventually start happening. It was just real random stuff, but it happened instantly. Understandably, that was a little bit of a turnoff. And that's where this video stems from. I've seen people making comments and having concerns about excuse me, the current True Spec, or the current A-TACS stuff coming from True Spec. So I wanted to kind of throw this out there and let you guys see there are some differences, and up front, the point first and then the rest of the stuff later. Point is, I don't think you've got anything to worry about with the current True Spec items that are being offered and the current materials that are being used, insofar as there being any issues with fading or whatnot. So just to give you an example, and I'll show you a few here. This is an old original Proper ACU style top in A-TACS FG. Now, I'm not sure what the lighting in here is going to do with this, so bear with me. I'll try to show you as best I can. This top is brand new, has never been worn, and only washed once. I washed it one time. And with one washing, you started to see, and I hope the camera will pick it up, see these white splotches in here? That's not part of the pattern. That's fading spots. There's a bunch right here on the front. These little weird, all over the shoulder right here. I don't know if that'll show up or not, will it? Maybe it will. Weird one right there. This would happen all over, right there. All over the uniforms, the pants and the tops. I had a pair of pants that ended up getting lots of white stripes going vertically down them. It was just really odd and weird. So that's what a lot of people are remembering from A-TACS. And you have to remember, that's not an A-TACS thing. That's coming from the individual manufacturers and the materials. So that's that. Let's fast forward. I've been using the True Spec items ever since they first come out with them. Geez, 4 plus years ago. It's probably long. I know 4 years for sure, maybe even longer than that, right? And on the same note, this is an early True Spec FG top in their TRU uniform, and this top has been washed and worn multiple times. Multiple as in multiple times. And it has zero issues with any faded spots, any light spots, any discoloration, nothing at all. Okay, there is not a single place on it that it's had any issues. Okay. Now, just to make note, just in case somebody, this is a 50/50 NICO material. The older True Spec stuff was a poly cotton material. Now, typically, as is my experience, poly cotton oftentimes will hold the dyes better than what NICO will. NICO is still a preferred material though because of the material performance. That said, it also is all dependent on when the material is made, what's spec'd out in the dyes and all that kind of stuff. I could get into all that for you, but just you have to take my word for it. As someone who sews for a living, albeit gear, I've got numerous friends in the industry that sew and make clothing, and we talk weekly, if not daily. So I know a little bit about the clothing, or the material side of it when the stuff's getting done. No expert, but I know a little bit. So there's a lot that goes into it when the dyes that are being used are spec'd, etc., etc. But the point being, this True Spec FG top, multiple washings, zero fading issues, and this is from 4+ years ago, easily. Now fast forward a little newer. This is an even lighter weight NICO material that's a newer version, and this is one of my 241 Tactical Partisan pullover tops. It's an even lighter material that I've only had this for about a year, but I guarantee you I've washed this twice as much as I have that top, just because I've worn and used this so much that I've had to wash it a bunch, and it looks exactly the same as the other one. There are zero fading issues anywhere in it at all. I mean, none. No spots, no nothing. Coming in a little newer even, when True Spec first started doing the TRU uniforms in the, at the time, new IX pattern about 3 years ago. Of course, I jumped right on it. This was my very first IX TRU top. Again, this one has been washed easily 15 times that I can think of just off the top of my head. It has zero fading issues. It looks exactly the same as it did the day I got it. No fading issues anywhere on this, nothing on the high spots, anything. Now the ultimate coup d'etat test is my 0241 Tactical Smock Light top. In the couple years that I've had this, this has probably been washed more than any other piece of my A-TACS clothing, because I have worn this one so freaking much and gotten it sweaty, muddy, dirty, smoky, etc. And you can tell by you can just see the wear on the label. That's from all the washings and wear. This has zero fading issues anywhere in it. Okay? Anywhere. Not even on the high spots where like your elbow would rub at on the arms. No coloration changes at all in it. Last but not least, because I know you're probably getting tired now, this is a TRU Extreme, BDU Extreme. I'm getting my terms mixed up. BDU Extreme from True Spec. This is the latest, newest generation. I've washed this one probably 3 times now, but zero fading issues versus one time of washing that old original FG top that faded instantly with the first washing. No issues fading on this at all anywhere again with 3 or 4 washings under its belt. I'm trying to show you on the shoulders, the arms, the wear areas, nothing. So this one doesn't have as many washings under it obviously as the others, but it's got a few. Here's why I wanted to bring this up. I know what it's like to have to deal with this kind of stuff in the industry. I just want to assure everybody, if A-TACS patterns are something you're interested in, feel confident that you're not going to have a problem with it like the old original stuff did. I can't speak for everybody, but I know the materials that 0241 Tactical and True Spec, because those are the ones that I've got the most first-hand experience with, I know the materials they're using are good to go with 0 issues. So hopefully that will, help alleviate some of your concerns of the fading issues and everything. I don't think it's anything to be concerned about. Now, nobody's paid me or told me to do this. I'm doing this because I like the patterns, and I don't want you guys to miss out on something that could be beneficial and worthwhile to you because you have concerns over previous experiences. I had some of those same experiences, and I'm here to tell you, yes, there were issues with that, but the current stuff you don't have to worry about. As long as you're sticking with the newer True Spec made stuff, 241 Tactical, and I figure probably most of the newer companies are all using new current made materials anyway. It's not a problem or a concern that you need to have. So hopefully that helps some of you out. I will cut it off on there. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you again in another one.